Good to see everybody coming in the Zoom room. And welcome to thank you, 1168 of the Daily Antidote of Song. It's Saturday, and we have a really wonderful musical uh, event. I don't know what else to call it. Storytelling wonder for you planned today. So I'm really excited to get started. I'm Jaden. I'm hosting, and yeah, it's great to be with you all. So I would love to say hello to everybody tuning in on the live stream. Thank you for watching. If everybody could help me wave them. And hello, and thank you to Joe Rossi for being here. Hello, and thank you to Peter and Mary Alice and Vera Amidon.
Vera, yeah, Vera.
Thank you for joining us today. And hello to Deborah in Kentucky. Welcome, Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Hi, Dory and Ollie. Good to see you today. Catherine Brunig and the other friend in your screen. Thanks for joining us today. Judith and your friend, thanks for joining us. It's great to see some new folks here if this is your first time. And Deli in Silver Spring, thank you for being here today. Hi, Doug, Varney, good to see you. Susan in Tacoma Park, welcome. Hello, Phyllis Robbins, thanks for joining today. Nick Ward, glad you're with us today. Sheila in Florida, welcome. Hello, Susan in Seattle and Bonnie in Boise. Kevin Ennis, who is back home from the hospital. Yay, we are so glad to hear that for you. So glad that you're doing better. Sending you so much love, Kevin. Carolyn is back in Boise. Hello, hello. And Luda and Mark, sending love from Victoria, BC. Hello, Kathleen in Albuquerque. Ruth and Clive in Birmingham in the UK. Jamie in Victoria, BC. Hello, Annette in California. Hey, Don in the Curly Tops in Vermont. And Susan Owings, if you're new today, welcome. So glad you're joining us. Tom and Perrin in Brattleboro, I'm guessing. Thanks for joining today. Good to see you. And Sarah in Texas, welcome. Linda on Orcas Island, glad you're here today. Ann in Silver Spring, good to see you. Kathy on Stolen Arapaho and Cheyenne land, thank you for being here today. Fran Grigsby, thank you for joining. If you're new, welcome, welcome. And Lynn and Cliff in Vermont, glad you're here today. Aloysius in Massachusetts, good to see you. Nancy and her Irish cow, welcome. Trish in Victoria, BC, hello. Karen in Oregon. Judith S, I may have already said hello to you, but hello again. And Peggy is joining us today. Nancy Schimmel in California, welcome. Bob in Massachusetts. Beth Zeckley, welcome. Sheila Kelly. Moon in Virginia. Caroline in DC, hello. Carol J in Connecticut. Luis Bellinger and Hoda in BC. And Susan Eggers and Kat Cox in Vermont. So good to see everybody. It seems like there's a lot of new folks, and we're so glad that you're joining us today. And I think you're in for a real treat. So without further ado, we have Peter and Mary Alice Amidon here today. Welcome, welcome. And they just have a really big treat for you as we get ready to remember and celebrate Juneteenth, not tomorrow, in 2 days. And yeah, if you would please come forward and let us know what you have for us today. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very
Hi.
much, Jaden. Thank you so much. It's great to see some of our local friends and our friends from around the country and around the world, and folks that we have gotten to know over the years through the Daily Antidote, which is just the most extraordinary community. Mary Alice and I have been singing this. We've been singing a lot of Bessie Jones songs since we first met, since we first found out about her. She died about, I don't know, 15 years ago, but her grandfather, a lot of you know, was a slave, was born into slavery, and he had a lot of the incredible repertoire of African American spirituals and work songs and singing games and folk songs that she just learned all of them and kept them alive for us, and also happened to be one of the best American singers that there are, apart from anything else. And one of the songs that we sing a lot is called "So Glad I'm Here." It's a spiritual, so we're just going to teach that to you. Mary Alice will sing a line, and you sing it back. It's really simple.
I'm so glad I'm here.
Your turn. I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here.
Yes, I'm so glad I'm here.
Yes.
In this land, hallelujah.
Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. Keep going. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here.
Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land.
Let's try that last part. I'm so glad I'm here in this land. And that's the whole thing. And then it just is really simple. You just zip in. It's a zipper song. You just zip in different lines. And here we go. Everybody sing. Have a good time. I don't know about you, but I am so glad I'm here. Hang on to your hats.
I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah.
Well, it's
Joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here in this land. Hallelujah. It's joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here in this land.
Hallelujah. I'm going to sing while I'm
Sing
here.
while I'm sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'll sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here in this land.
Hallelujah, 'cause I'm so glad.
So glad I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Isn't that a terrific song? So take that home, spread that around, and be happy you're here. I've been, one of our career jobs has been storytelling, and sometimes I get stories from other people, but sometimes I get them out of books. And we have this incredible book called by Virginia Hamilton. Everybody say Virginia Hamilton. Virginia Hamilton. And everybody say, the people could fly. Say that. The people could fly. American Black Folktales. We lost the cover to this, but this is the inside. And it's got some traditional folktales, but then on page 141, it starts off with real stories, actual real stories that happened. And the one that I want to talk about is this one called Carrying the Runaways. And it's a true story, that was told by the main character, Arnold Gragston. So, and Mary Alice had the great idea of when I told it to illustrate the story with these different songs. She found the perfect songs. They were all songs we learned from Bessie Jones. And so it starts off with Arnold Gragston is in the condition of slavery. And he works on a plantation right up in Kentucky, right up in the north part of Kentucky, right up against the Ohio River. And he has a young woman he's been courting, another person in the condition of slavery who's over in another plantation over a hill, and he'd go and spend time with her. And one day he just went up to visit her, but then he just looked at her from up on the hill, and he saw her working in the fields, and she just looked so fantastic. And now is the time for the first song. This is a Bessie Jones song. Yeah.
Emma, you're my darling. Oh, Emma, oh.
You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Oh, Emma. Try that. Emma, you're my darling. Emma, you're my darling. Oh, Emma, oh. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Oh, Emma, oh.
Now Emma, she's from the country.
Ho, Emma, ho, you turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Ho, Emma, ho.
Emma stole my diamond ring.
Ho, Emma, ho, you turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Ho, Emma, ho.
Emma,
You're my darling. Oh, Emma, ho. You turn around, dig a hole in the ground. Ho, Emma, ho. And when Arnold went down to see her that day, she said, "You go to my cabin and don't tell anybody." And he went and wait for me. And so he did. And when she finished work, she brought him out into the forest where there was a little tiny shack that hadn't been used for years, and there was a young African-American woman in there, and he said, "I want you, Arnold, because I know you can do it, to take one of your master's rowboats and row her across to Ohio." And he said, "No," he said, "I can't do that." He said, I would be, you know what would happen to me." And so, and he just kind of marched off, but he kept thinking about it and thinking about that girl. And then a few days later, after he'd really thought about it for a while, she didn't ask him anymore. He just said, "I'm going to take her across if she's still there." And she said she still is. So they made plans, and that night, in the middle of the night, he met her right where the cornfield met the forest. The stream kind of cut between them, and he said password because he couldn't see her, and she said Amari. That was the password they'd agreed on. And he took her into this rowboat, and he started rowing across the Ohio River, and his heart was just leaping in his chest, and every splash of the oar seemed like an explosion of sound. He was so nervous, but he had been told to row towards a light, and there was a light, and he bumped up against the shore, and someone kind of took hold of his arm, and he was just so scared he about fell out of the boat, and one of the men there said, "Are you hungry?" And it was John Rankin, who was a famous abolitionist preacher who lived in Rankin, Ohio, right up on Ripley, in Ripley, Ohio. And he said, "So you two are come on up to the house." "No," said Arnold. I'm just taking this young woman across." And John Rankin said, "Well, aren't you a wonderful and brave man?" And Arnold went back, and after that, more people came, and he kept bringing them across. It was the Underground Railroad, you know. He was the station master, and Emma was one of the stations, and John Rankin was one of the stations, and he just kept taking them across. And as years went by, he started taking bigger and bigger groups, sometimes whole families. And one time when he was just feeling so good about what he'd done, he got up there, and John said, "Arnold, do you want something to eat?" They always had this same kind of dance, and he said, "No," he said, "I'm going back, thank you very much." And as he was going back, he just felt really good about what he'd been doing, and he started singing the song that his mama used to sing to him when he was a lot younger.
Joanna Drody,
go row the boat, child. Johanna Drody, go row the boat, child. Johanna Drody, go row the boat, child. Go row the boat. Try that. Johanna Drody. Drody, go row the boat, child. Johanna Drody, go row the boat, child. Johanna Drody, go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home.
I'm so tired.
Go row the boat, child. I'm so tired. Go row the boat, child. I'm so tired. Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home. Day is breaking. Go row the boat, child. Day is breaking. Go row the boat, child. Day is breaking. Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home. But then he stopped singing because it was so quiet. It was too quiet. There wasn't any sounds, and that was unusual. And he got scared, and he let his boat just drift up to the shore. And when it hit the shore, he just left it there and carefully stepped out. And then he heard a twig snap, and he knew there were people there, and he started running. And he heard, "Get him, get him! It's that Arnold Gragston, go get him!" Because they've been the patter-rollers. Everybody say patter-rollers. Patter-rollers, the patrollers, the patter-rollers kind of had been suspecting, and they now they thought they had him. He just took off. He just ran through the woods, and he thought that was just the end of it. But he had been walking and running through the woods for years, and he was very fast. And after a while, he kind of outran them, and he tripped and he fell, and he waited for them to come, but they didn't. And he knew he was safe, but he knew he couldn't go back. He couldn't go back to his plantation. And for the next few weeks, he just lived out in the forest and kept looking up on the bluff above the river to watch for the patter-rollers, and they kept being there. And then finally, about a month later, he saw that they weren't there. He thought maybe they'd given up. And so the next night, he went over the hill to Emma's for this first time. She had not seen him for all these weeks, and he walked into her cabin, and he woke her up, and he said, "Emma," he said, "we're going across the Ohio River, you and I, and we're not going back." And he took her hand, and he got her in the rowboat. Oh no, I'm ahead of myself. I'm ahead of myself here. So there he is up in the oh, I know. There he is up in the woods, and the master of Arnold Gragston's plantation went over and got up the master of Emma's plantation, and they both went into Emma because they knew she was close with Arnold, and they lied to her. They said, "We got your Arnold. We got him. You know what happens to them is it helps carry the runaways." And then they just left her. They just left her. And she went out into the fields. She didn't sleep anymore that night, of course, and she went out in the fields, and she started hoeing, and then she stopped and started singing a song, and then she sang the song. Everybody stopped hoeing, and they all looked at her, and then they all started singing with her.
Riley, Riley, where are you? Oh, Riley, oh, man. Ha! Riley's gone, and I'm going to. Goodbye, my Riley, oh. Ha! Riley's gone to London town. Oh, Riley, oh, man. Ha! Riley's gone, and I'm going to. Goodbye, my Riley, oh. Ha!
Then, as I said, he finally went over, and he got her up, and he said to her, "We're going to go across together this time, and we're not going back." And he got into the boat, and he started rowing her across, and it was like the first time. I mean, all those times he'd gotten kind of used to it, but now he was just as scared as he was the first time. But there was the light, and he bumped up against the shore, and there was John Rankin. And John Rankin said, "Arnold, are you hungry? Do you want something to eat? Are you bringing someone else across here?" And he said, "Yes, I am. This is my wife, Emma, and I'm bringing her across, and we're both going to stay this time, and yes, thank you very much. I'd like to have something to eat." And John Rankin brought him up. He brought him up to his house. It was the middle of the night, and he woke up his sons and his wife, and he said, "It's Arnold Gragston." They'd been hearing stories about Arnold Gragston for years, this hero. And they all said, "Really, it's Arnold Gragston?" And they all got up, and they had a big 4 o'clock in the morning meal. They were just so happy to see him and meet him. And John Rankin said, "Arnold, you can stay here as long as you want." And he said, "No," he said, "I don't want to stay this close to Kentucky. I'm just going to keep going up north." And so John told Arnold how to get to the next safe house, and he worked his way up to Detroit, Michigan, where he and Emma married and had children. And every year he would sit his children down, and he would tell them the story about how he had carried the runaways.
I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land.
Hallelujah. Well, it's joy brought me here.
Joy brought me, joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here in this land. Hallelujah. It's joy brought me here. Yes, it's joy brought me here. Yes, His joy brought me here in this land.
Hallelujah. Well, I'm so
So glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bessie Jones. Thank you, Arnold Gragston. Thank you, John Rankin. And thank you, Virginia Hamilton, for making sure we all still know that story.
By the way, I see some Guilford Churchites here, and our Sarah Rankin, who comes to our church with her
Oh,
family.
that's right, Sarah Rankin.
John
Right,
Rankin
right.
is her ancestor.
Oh, I didn't. That's right, right.
It's quite a story.
Yeah.
Today's the day for it.
It's really wonderful. These songs are really quite wonderful. Man, it's just I had such a different relationship with that song when I put it in that context of coming to this different land and just being so joyful to be able to have a family and to be able to raise a family and I feel like I'm pretty joyful myself right now, actually.
Once I was telling that story in a school assembly program, and their theme had been Underground Railroad, and usually Peter's the storyteller on that one and I'm helping singing, but since it was just me by myself, I told the whole story, and when I got to the end, I had the hardest time not crying and just keeping my voice together, and it just hit me so much, and I sort of felt Bessie's presence that day.
I remember that reminds me that Ise Barnwell, who's a very good and close friend of the Daily Antidote, we were at a workshop of hers once, and someone said to her, because the songs are so powerful, these are just such great, meaningful songs, and they go right to your crying center. Which is good. And someone asked her, said, what do you do when you're singing a song and you feel like crying? And she said, you sing through it. You don't try to not feel what you're feeling. You kind of use it. You just use it, and if you can, you just sing through it, and you just use that powerful energy you're having in your singing. I would think about that a lot in our work. Yep.
Oh, well, thank you so much for today, Peter and Mary Alice, and thank you, Vera, for also sharing space with us. It really is a beautiful story, and I imagine others in the room had heard, the "So Glad I'm Here" before, but maybe not in that context. And it's really great to hear how you put it all together, and we went on a journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a journey we're going on together.
Yeah.
Peter tells stories at Vera's pre-K, and next year she'll be in kindergarten in the same school with her brother, and I'm sure he'll come and we'll tell stories there too.
I say, Mary Alice, I got to go to work now, and I go to tell stories and sing songs and do dancing with Vera and her 4-year-old friends, which is
why she
just
wanted to stay and hear the
incredibly, it's more fun than you can possibly imagine.
Well, yeah, I'm jealous of. Well, thank you again. Is there
Okay.
anything else that you want the people to know, things that you're doing, reflections on life, perhaps, or just anything that you want to share that maybe Vera wants to share?
I guess I should mention, we got honored recently. This is called an Unsung Hero Award, which is pretty funny because, because they were, it's always been, it's been for people before who haven't had things to do with music. And so we got that award recently, and they had a little ceremony for it. And our son Stefan, we didn't know what was going to happen at the ceremony, and it was for all of the singing we've been doing around for community things and for people who are dying, and just all the different kind of community music things. Oh, there it is.
I'm just going to show it off since it's brand new, and I thought what they put here was so very special. It says,
Can you read it? Yeah.
For singing so often and so beautifully for the living and the dying, for justice, love, and compassion, for members of our community, both new and longstanding, and for children of all ages. The Unsung Hero Award. And now we are sung heroes.
Yeah, now we've been sung
by 50 singers that Stefan arranged to come perform, which was quite wonderful.
So the really, it was, of course, it was an incredible honor, but really I have to say the best part of it was we didn't know what was going to happen, but all of a sudden, and we knew that Stefan was going to lead a choir. We didn't know how big it was going to be. It ended up being about 45 singers, but he just got up and narrated our musical life for about a half an hour, illustrated by songs sung by these 45 singers, and I think it makes me kind of relate that to the Arnold Gregson story in a way, because it's just this, it's just the next generation thing. It's like there's Stefan carrying on this great tradition that we've been so blessed with in Brattleboro, with such a great singing community, and he's just continuing it on. So we know that the singing life of Brattleboro is in good shape.
That is really special, and I'm really glad that you had that moment and that you were honored, and it's completely deserved. And we've been really grateful for your singing in this community. So
thank
congratulations.
you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all your work, Jaden. This has really been a great ongoing community. So.
Yeah, singing in community. There's nothing
singing
quite
in
like
community, exactly.
That's what we're all about.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe we could do the song one more time.
Sure, one more time. Everybody ready? Hang on to your hats.
I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. In this land, hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. In this land,
hallelujah. Well, it's love brought me here.
Love brought me, love brought me here. Yes, it's love brought me here. In this land, hallelujah. Love brought me here. Yes, it's love brought me here. Yes, it's love brought me here in this land.
I'm gonna sing.
I'm gonna sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here. In this land, hallelujah. I'll sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here. Yes, I'll sing while I'm here in this land.
Hallelujah. Well, I'm so glad.
I'm so glad I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. Hallelujah. I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here. Yes, I'm so glad I'm here in this land. And I just remembered something, that there's a few people who are right here right now who are singing with Stefan, and they sang,
right.
He did a new, that we've always just sung that as a duo thing, sing along by ear, but Stefan did a choral arrangement of it that's terrific. And I'm going to put that up on our website, AmidonCommunityMusic.com in the next few days. Because it's such a terrific arrangement. So you'll have access, you can have access to it and have an easier time to spread that around. But there is a link in having Bessie Jones sing it, and you can just do it by ear. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you so much, Peter and Mary Alice. Goodbye. And this was such a treat, so special to share space with you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll get a link for their website in the chat very soon. But first, I want to say goodbye to everybody in the room. And actually, first, I want to say goodbye to everybody who is watching on the live stream today. Thank you so much for joining. And a couple announcements. So this kind of is kicking off our Juneteenth week. This whole week we are celebrating Juneteenth, and we have a lot of amazing artists coming into the Daily Antidote of Song, culminating in like a special celebration where we're going to have people coming in from Glen Echo Park stage on, I think that's Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be really great. A lot of wonderful artists that you won't want to miss. And then And that's Daily Antidote of Song this noon every day this week and forever. Um, and then we also have our upcoming community sing on Wednesday, the 21st. And we'll also be continuing to celebrate Juneteenth and Pride Month, which is ongoing for the rest of June. And so we can't wait to see you there. That's with Dr. Kathy Bullock, Melanie Demore, and Tret Fury. So it's a really great lineup. Yeah, don't want to miss it. And I'll get a link for you all in the chat as well. And I think that's it. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. And thank you again. Thanks, Deborah in Kentucky, for joining. Thanks for being here, Mabel and the Bears. Dory and Ollie, lovely to see you today. Catherine Brunig and your friend on screen. I think you're new today, so thank you so much for being here. And Deli, good to see you. Doug, good seeing you. Susan Schreiber, thank you for joining today. Sheila in Florida, good to see you. Goodbye, Bonnie and Carolyn, both in Boise. And Luda and Mark, sending you a lot of love back in Victoria, BC. Kathleen, thanks for joining today. Ruth and Clive, great to see you. Jamie, thanks for being here. Annette and Linda on Orcas Island. Fran Grigsby, thank you so much for joining today. I think you are new and so glad. Oh, you're not new. You've been here long time ago. Got it. Thanks for coming back. Really good to see you. And Nancy N, the Irish Cow, thanks for joining. Trish, thanks for being here. All the curly tops in one screen. We love to see it. Thanks for being here today. Nancy Schimmel, lovely to see you. Hoda, goodbye and thanks for being here. Kathy, thanks for joining. Nick and Rosie, glad that you could both join. And Kathy M, thank you for being here today. Lynn and Cliff, though I only see Cliff right now, but glad you're listening. And Kevin in DC, thanks for being here. Bob in Massachusetts, now cooling off, so glad to hear it. Diane in Puerto Rico, glad you joined today. Anne in Silver Spring, good to see you. Kevin Ennis, again, sending so much love to you and hope that you're resting well at home. Thanks for joining today. Laurel Lesio, if you're new today, thank you so much for joining and being here. Beth Zeckley, you as well. Thanks for joining today, maybe for the first time. Hope you'll come back. And Aloysius, thanks for joining. R. Taylor, glad you could be here today. Sarah in Texas, thanks for coming in. Sheila Kelly, thank you for being here. Caroline, good to see you. And Carol, Jay, and Kat, thank you both for being here. Anne and Amos, thanks for joining. And of course, thank you, Joe, for being here. And let's just give one more round of applause for Peter and Mary Alice. It was such a special day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.